Some of the things we see from woke culture are insane, some are hilarious, and some are downright alarming. But what I'm going to show you today is a blend of all three, a sort of woke triple threat, if you will.
Make yourself comfortable. There's a couch over there.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's okay. I had Cephas answer some questions from a Harvard test known as unrest. It is designed to measure someone's level of social resistance.
Social resistance.
When people like us oppose the values and policies of the dominant culture.
Translation, when ethnic minorities don't like white people or Western culture and then hide their bitterness and resentment behind a pseudo-intellectual wokeism. But what do you think this could be causing for them?
And what does that have to do
Your
with
son, he feels threatened on a daily basis. Like everything he's earned can just be taken away. He's disenfranchised. But because his life is seemingly free from all this, because he can't name it, he's internalizing it.
Name what?
Racism. I think your son's tumor was caused by racism.
Yep, you heard that right. In American shows now, apparently Western culture is so toxic and evil, it causes ethnic minorities to get cancer. Now, of course, while this is completely insane, once you understand the theology of wokeness, it is actually pretty bog standard. You even see examples of this in real life.
Like, I hate when people talk about black women being obese. I hate it.
I wonder why that could be.
Because it becomes a way to blame us for a set of conditions that we didn't create.
Sorry, lady. I'm sure there are all manner of reasons why people overeat, but if you're the one putting the food in your mouth, you're the one making yourself fat.
We are living in the Trump era. And look, those policies kill our people.
Except they're not, and the biggest danger to black people in America is other black people. They're slaughtering each other on an industrial scale over there. And for some reason, those black lives don't seem to matter to woke people. They'll call you racist if you even mention black on black crime. The only black lives that seem to matter to them is when some black kid has been killed by a white police officer.
That black women, when we do the same diets as white women, we lose less weight and we lose it slower. And what public health practitioners think is that our stress responses in the body change our metabolism. It's literally that the racism that you're experiencing and the struggle to make ends meet actually means the diet don't work for you the same.
Well, looks like Columbo here's got that one sewn up. But look, I can sympathise with anybody who's got a food addiction or has been brainwashed by wokeism, but essentially what this woman is doing is infantilizing people from taking personal responsibility. Yet where is this sort of nonsense coming from? Well, as always, it's from the corrupt academic institutions. I had to figure out the hard way that you can never do anything to please these people. No matter what you do, you will always be evil and racist.
White people are racist. So I put this up because I really want any white person in the room to know up front that this is what we're dealing with, that it's not going to be this coddling of white tears and what that looks like. We're not going to discuss, oh, maybe some of us have worked it out. No, you're always going to be racist, actually. We're born into a life to not be human, and that's what y'all are taught to do, to be demons. So in this particular way, white people are all racist.
I don't know if you've ever looked into what the far right believe. I don't mean the far right in terms of the way The Guardian talks about it. I mean real far right people who sympathise with fascist positions. I say this because while you get a few unwell people and some crazies in that whole environment, most of them are just making different arguments, and nothing they're saying that I've seen is nearly as extreme as what I've just shown you. Now, it goes without saying, but of course many ethnic minority people would see this as completely insane as well. But it does say something when you get examples like this on television, as well as people giving lectures about how white people are demons. For the life of me, I can't see how this sort of rhetoric is going to build a healthier and more just society. I actually think it's going to make things a lot worse. And the irony is that the wokeness, which is supposed to be the great saviour, is actually just making things a lot worse in the long run. On top of that, it's going to mean more and more sane people don't want to take part in the public square and go increasingly into their own enclaves. But anyway, it is a very interesting insight into how wokies are increasingly viewing racism. It's more of a phantom type force which takes people over and causes all manner of ills. What that means is that increasingly it has no grounding in actual reality, but instead exists as a spectre in a paranoid mind. Do let me know your thoughts down below, and if you're new, do consider subscribing to the channel.